There is no question that June was a dreary month when it came to the weather, but for those who forecast the future of Maine's economy, it's now time to see how many jobs were lost last month. Maine's Department of Labor is beginning to crunch those numbers. In May, the unemployment rate hit 8.3%, which was well above the 5.1% a year earlier. And while it was still below the national average, it is making for a tough job market. And many who've recently lost their jobs haven't had to look for one in years, maybe even decades. It's a scary proposition, especially since looking for a job has changed quite a bit. However, experts say there's one thing that hasn't changed. The first thing you need to do is not panic. Now, Jean Paquette is one of those experts. She's been in the human resources and employment fields for 2 decades, and she is the publisher of Employment Times and HR Times, which this year joined forces with the owners of the Lewiston Sun Journal and 11 Maine weeklies to create myjobwave.com, a website that links people looking for a job with companies that are looking to fill those positions. So, Jean, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you, Cindy.
Now, you say don't panic, but you know that's the first thing pretty much anybody does when they first lose their job. After somebody gets over the initial shock, though, what do they do? What's step number one?
Step number one is, after they get over the shock, is to really do a self-assessment. Really think about your career, the jobs that you've had, even physically make a list of the things you liked about the job, what you didn't like about the job, what skills you think you got from the job, and really start to build a portfolio of what you want to do. So that's what you really need to do. So many people just immediately go out and try to find a job just to fill the void and just try to pay the bills, and that's definitely important. But if you stop to think about what it is that I want to do, that's the piece that people tend not to focus on, which I think they need to.
And you talk about being proactive, too.
Well, you definitely have to be proactive. You have to, a lot of people shy away from telling people they've been laid off.
Sure, it's embarrassing.
Right.
But
in actuality, you want to be out there screaming from the rooftops that you are available for interviews. You want to use your network. You want to use your family, your friends, your coworkers, even people that you went to college with or high school with. Whoever can help you get connected.
All right, resume writing.
Yes.
If you haven't put one together in a while, there are steps. What do you need to do?
Well, resumes are your calling card, and they have to be professional. You don't want it to be too long.
Right.
You want it to be reviewed by people in the field. If you can get people in the human resources field to take a look at your resume. And the most important thing is make sure it's truthful, factual, and to the point.
Okay.
And the other thing you want to do is make sure you get online and learn how to post your resume online into the job boards.
That's something that My Job Wave can help you with.
Yes.
You're good at getting those resumes out there.
That's
okay,
right.
So you got your resume done. Now it's time to find the job. That's really the hard part for a lot of people.
Right.
Tips on beginning that search.
That's right. It used to be that you could open the newspaper or go on a job board and take a look and see what openings are out there. In this job market, it has changed so much. You need to look at your local job boards, your national job boards. Print advertising is critical. You have to look at the newspapers. You have to look at Employment Times, of course, the purple paper.
Right.
The networking events. Find out what's going on. Are there job fairs going on? Is there different types of business after hours, chamber events? You have to get involved in the networking aspect of it.
All right.
So,
Jean, thank you so much. Jean
Thank you.
Paquette for coming in, and good luck with myjobwave.com.
Thank you.